This person says, free speech or not, it's still hate speech, and you shouldn't do it. What's hate speech? What did Jimmy Kimmel say that was hate speech? What got Jimmy Kimmel kicked off of the air, to the best of my understanding, is the fact that he said that ever since the assassination, and I'm paraphrasing here, the MAGA crowd has been twisting themselves into knots trying to figure out a way to make the assassin be anybody but one of their own. That's not hate speech, and it's factual. It's true. The violation, the FCC violation that they're citing, that they were going to threaten the channel with, was that he put out misinformation about a major event or a catastrophe or some bullshit like that. There's no misinformation, and there's no hate speech there. And ironically, for the group of people who say Charlie Kirk didn't engage in hate speech, he engaged in speech you hated. That's exactly what Jimmy Kimmel did. There was no hate speech, it's just speech that you hated. And by the way, even if it is hate speech, that is protected in this country. The speech in this country, the free speech in this country is not just speech that you like. It's not just words that you agree with. It's also words that you disagree with. Let me show you a quote from Charlie Kirk himself. Free speech is not just saying what you want to say, but it is having to hear the things you don't want to hear. Period. I view giving a Nazi salute on stage at a political event as hate speech. I view saying that you question a pilot or a surgeon's qualifications instantly if they're black as hate speech. That doesn't mean it gets to be taken down. That doesn't mean that it has to be removed. You don't get to determine what other people get to say. Unless, of course, they print something liable against you, or if they're distributing images of children that are being abused. There are certain limitations, obviously. But you don't get to say, I don't like that speech, so therefore that speech has to go. You need to go. Now, you and I can say that, but the government can't, and that's the point. The government right now is controlling what people on the airwaves say. That is about as un-American as it gets. And if you want to truly honor what you believe Charlie Kirk's legacy to be, then you would fight for people like Jimmy Kimmel. You would fight for people like Stephen Colbert. But you won't, because you dislike them. So you don't give a fuck about free speech. You don't have a problem with the government costing somebody their job because they said something that the president didn't like. You're un-American.